Alright, here we go. Welcome, listeners, to Equestrian Voice, where you matter and everyone else can suck off. I am your handsome host, Silver, and with me right now is my co-host, Foxum.
Hola.
Alright, and now to introduce our guest, would you please introduce yourself, guest?
Hi, I'm Eli Ball.
Is that your real name?
And my Skype name.
Oh, okay. Either way works. So, I'm not really gonna ask you how you got that, because let's not do that. That would not be fun.
This is a really interesting story. It's an interesting story of how you got your name.
Let's not go there.
All right.
Yeah,
do you have a name that bronies know you by?
Yes, it's Peach Sprinkles. It's my OC.
Do you want to tell us how you got that one?
Well, I could go back really far, but at one point in time I wanted to make an OC, and I decided that I need to find an OC name. So I went on Google and found an OC name generator and made a name. I went through quite a few before I really liked this one.
Well, at least the machine worked for you.
Yeah.
So, how do you think the fandom would describe you?
I am an RPer, so I have many different qualities of my OC, but I think that they would describe me as a overall pretty nice person.
Besides that, do you have any other hobbies outside of the fandom kind of thing?
Yes, I make electronics, I play with Legos. That's a lot of my life is Legos.
That's not a bad thing. I'll tell you that right now.
No, it's a beautiful thing.
What kind of electronics have you made?
I work a lot with ICs, and so my favorite IC definitely has to be the 555 because you can make 1,000 different schematics with it, like laser beam noises and synthesizers.
Do you have any samples of that work anywhere?
Not that you could hear. They're pretty quiet right now. I don't have any op amps for them.
Alright, well you should work on that so I can hear them and be entertained.
Takes a little while. Gotta heat up
Yeah.
the soldering iron and all that BS.
What is the coolest Lego structure you made?
I didn't make it by myself, and it's still in progress. Me and a few friends are working at his house to create a giant wall mural of a city. There's the higher level of the city. It's like a future city. Business level, the underground ghetto level, and then the sewers.
Are there any mutant ninja turtles in the sewers?
There's a giant kraken.
Okay, that works.
That's so you're like the person who did Minecraft before Minecraft.
I gotta say, I think that's like every 6-year-old ever before Minecraft came out.
Yeah.
Speaking of pony related, how did you get into the show?
One of my good friends introduced me during the middle of the first season. I hadn't really gotten too into it yet. I heard about it, but he said, "Eli, you have to watch this." And he like strapped me down and made me watch it. And I laughed so hard that I just continued to watch it and I'm waiting on the third season.
You saw every episode?
Yes, I've seen every episode at least 3 times.
You said it was funny. What would you think would be the funniest episode?
Oh no. Unanswerable. NA, not applicable.
There's gotta be something. Maybe funny moments? What's your funniest moments?
Okay, I always refer to this in almost all the time, your royal equestrian voice, or maybe the Flim Flam Brothers. That's a good episode where Rainbow Dash is sticking her tongue out and when they're all saying cider, cider, cider.
And it's really funny how she's always deprived of cider.
Yeah.
moving on. What would you say what your favorite pony be? You have to pick one. What's your
I have
favorite
You
to
have
pick
to.
one.
No avoiding this question.
Okay. Definitely Derpy Hooves. I do so much fandom with Derpy Hooves.
Would you care to expand upon that a little bit?
Yeah, I do a lot of writing. I don't really publish any of it yet, but I do a lot of writing. I do a lot of drawing.
How much
Good
of your
type.
day would you say is composed of writing and drawing?
I go to school every day, but maybe half of every class is drawing or writing.
Alright, so let's start with the writing first. What, like, do you just write fan fiction, or is it something else?
A lot of the time I write fan fiction, but a lot of the time I write totally original stories that have nothing to do with ponies.
Can you give us one of your fan fiction stories that you really like?
Untitled, I haven't named any of them. But in it,
Good title. Get least the
Yeah,
suspense too.
great title, yeah.
It's
In
a
it,
history.
two of the main characters from the show end up. It's in a future setting. They end up having, or all of Ponyville, all of Equestria has to move to another planet because they've used up all the resources. They've used up all the friendship resources on Equestria. So they have to move to a moon base that was set up by Luna just in case this was happened. And so they're struggling to survive on the small amount of resources they have up there.
So why don't they just build more friendship pylons? Eh?
Yeah.
Eh?
Isn't-
Need
isn't-
more.
Isn't
We
friendship
need to
supposed
build
be a
more
renewable?
pylons.
Isn't friendship supposed to be a renewable resource? I think I read that in science.
And
But,
moving on to your original stories. Don't go into too much detail because we don't have that much time. But just give us a small description of your favorite one that you've made.
It's called The Forbidden People, and it's about a fifth story or a high security prison where all the mutated people from a giant nuclear attack go to, and most of them are anthro people, and they're all called by number.
So they're like mutants.
Yeah.
Are any of them turtles?
No. Should
No.
have done that. Would have been.
are any of them part animal at least?
Yes, animals. Yes, lots of them.
Let's go to your drawings. What do you draw? Pony related.
I usually draw. Well, I usually draw a lot of doodles, but when I want to draw something really complicated or really good, I take a lot of time and I do a lot of drafts. But a lot of doodles and some intricate, more detailed drawings.
What do you have any type of style of drawing, or do you like do it show based?
No, I have a kind of style. It's I can't do the exact show base, or the eyes, so I kind of make them less detailed, and I make the shapes of the faces a little more odd, I guess.
Like, what do you mean less detailed? Do you mean like dot eyes?
No,
Or do they have irises?
they're like ovals with the line coming out, like for the back of the eye. Like I couldn't really explain it. It's
Do
Try
you
to script
post
that
these
way.
arts? Do you post these arts?
I do have art on my Brony Square account, but and I have a Deviant art account, but doesn't have anything on it really.
Is there any part of any other arts that you do besides ponies?
Mechs, anthros, and starting on realistic stuff. barely.
Obviously, you're pretty dedicated to what you do, from what I've heard. Where would you say you draw your inspiration from, both for fan stuff and original?
You know, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just walking around and I see things and I'm like, wow, that'd be a great idea. And I morph it in its own way and turn it into something that it's not.
Inspiration from the world with a twist of your own mind.
Deadly combination.
Indeed. Alright, so anyways, off topic again. Mr. Eli, now that we know where you kind of stand on your own in the fandom, is there anything in the fandom that you really like to observe, appreciate?
A lot of music, a lot of animation, like free done animation, like a brony dance party. Him and Wooden Toaster I really look up to. A lot of the artists in the brony community, and the few people that do costumes.
Now, you said you do costumes. Do you ever do pony costumes?
I do. I have one so far. And I've gotten a request for another.
Nice.
How long do those take you to do?
1 to 3 months.
Wow.
Well, they're full fursuits, so takes a lot of patience.
You said you like animations. Do you ever watch stuff like Jan Animations, who does the Ask the Crusaders Tumblr?
I don't really have any idea what you're talking about, unfortunately. But I do watch a lot of the band Gautier has a lot of weird animation stuff for their music videos. Stuff like that I really like.
Do you have any favorite song animations, music videos from them?
State of the Art.
Alright. Do you have anybody you want to shout out to in the brony community?
I want to shout out to everybody and say hi. Have a good day.
Do you have anybody in general you want to shout out to? Maybe.
I think you just did. I don't think you get much more general than everybody.
Well, maybe some friends like who did the Lego, or maybe the person who's doing the IC or whatever.
Not really. Not too many of my friends are bronies that I actually know.
That's a shame.
I know.
Alright. Well, this is the part of the show where you
actually, hold on.
Well, okay, we'll get to that part later.
Apparently just one last question I have. Alright, so you said you've had a pony suit in the works. Can you tell us anything about it?
I can't tell you about the one that I'm making, because he does not want it to be released to all of his friends yet, or
Fair
anybody.
enough.
So that's kind of confidential.
Yep.
But I can tell you about mine. It's composed. The head is composed almost entirely of hot glue and foam. It's got I don't use the fur on the ponies because it doesn't give them the right quality the right color quality that they use in the shows. So I use a fleece, polar fleece, and stuff like that. The bodies or the feet have padding on them so that you can walk on terrain like gravel and stuff without them getting shredded. There are lots of little details, and you can add things onto them like earrings and bracelets and stuff, because I make them pretty versatile. Like with a blank pony base, and then you can add on to them.
Any last statements or anything?
Not specifically.
Alright, then let's move on to the last part of this. Is there anything you would like to ask me or Foxum?
Foxum, was there a specific reason you chose me for this interview?
Well, I saw that you did that costume. I also saw that you art a lot of stuff, so I thought you were interesting enough to come on the show.
And Silver Skies, who is your favorite pony?
Ooh, I've actually already answered this question once, but I can do it again very nicely. Anyways, if I had to choose, I would say that Ferrarity is my favorite pony.
Diamond Dogs.
Anyways, that's the end of this episode of Equestrian Voice. This was Silver, along with Foxum.
Hello,
And remember,
and
what were you going to say?
just goodbye. Hello, goodbye.
Yeah, that also. Anyways, remember, if you want to get on the show, just email us at equestrianvoicecrew@gmail.com. That'll be in the description, along with any other relevant links. And I think that's about it. This is Silver Skies, signing off.